Hey everybody, I am Stephanie Feld, and this is 5-minute EMDR refreshers. So today we're doing, what is this? Part 3 of IFS-Informed EMDR, and we started out talking about the self and what to do when clients are not in their self, they're in like a protector or a different part. Then we talked about exiles or inner child work, and we're just going to deepen that even more another step. So in the IFS world, this would be called unburdening. And I'm just going to give you a few questions after the client has had, kind of like a cathartic experience with a younger part of themselves or a part that carries pain. This is just a way that you can take it a little bit further. I don't always do this, but sometimes it can be really powerful if the client is just like in a good flow. So a question would be, to ask the client, is that part of you, whether it be the young one or one holding some grief or pain, is that part of you carrying any beliefs or heard any messages that it wants to get rid of or that it no longer wishes to hold on to? And maybe that's because they've just had this really healing moment with their older self or their wise self, and they've had this like influx of fresh information, and now they're thinking, oh, I can let that go. Maybe I'm not the problem. Maybe I don't cause trouble for everybody, or am worthless, or whatever the messages are that the young one or the one in pain has really, really taken to heart. And so I just ask the client to turn in and ask that part of themselves, is there anything now with this new information they want to get rid of? Some people really like to do imagery, like they'll send it out into the universe, or they'll picture those messages like getting barfed out of their body. That can be very cleansing. They can set it on fire, or like watch themselves pound it up. There's all kinds of images that could be really healing for clients. Maybe it's like a huge rock that you've carried around in a backpack and you're going to imagine yourself like hurling it off a cliff. Whatever it is, you want to help them. You can use the BLS or the tappers. Let them feel what it's like to release that out. A lot of times that just happens spontaneously, but you can kind of guide them if you want to use imagery, if they respond well to imagery. And then notice what it feels like to let that go. Wow. And then tap in the good feelings that come afterwards, those feelings of relief. And if you wanted to do even more, you could ask, what do you want them to believe instead? Or what are they replacing now that they're not holding that inside? There's space for a different message that they believe is true now. You could even go wild and ask the part to rate the validity of that positive cognition and DBLS on that. Really, the integration here is limitless. It could be as simple as just a question, or you could literally do some processing with that specific part. The next thing is asking that part of them, where would it like to be? And so I sometimes say to clients, like if it's say it's a young part, it's like a kindergartner. Now that we've made contact with this part and you're offering it love and support, where is somewhere that it would want to be? Does it want to stay where it is in its house and play with toys or on the playground? Does that feel good to it? Would it like to go somewhere, like go to the beach and be able to play in the ocean? Does it want to come back to the present day with you and stay close to you? Usually just intuitively there will be a response of what feels good to that part. Then you let them imagine that. You can do some BLS on that and let them feel the good feelings of what it's like to let that part be in a place that's safe, calming, perhaps nurturing for it. And that can be super, super, super transformative. I will pause here. We are gonna have more videos in the series because there is so much more to talk about when it comes to integrating IFS and parts work with EMDR. So if you like this, you wanna hear more, hit like, drop a little comment, subscribe. If you have questions, drop them in because I will make a video to address anything that has been unclear. And as always, you're so welcome to sign up for a consultation with me, whether that be one-on-one or in group. I love to connect and keep these conversations going. So thanks so much. Take good care.